just preparing you in the future. I might make fit videos, talk over instead of over the video. Instead of you seeing my ugly face all the time and me talking to you. Each one, teach one. You could teach people and show people, that you get down, not just with this, but you could physically move. All these crusty ass old, all these crusty old channels, these old jagged bat niggas, 40, 50. I'm an old jagged bat, but I'm not crusty, nigga. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I ain't crusty, right? So, but we old and we like to, philosophize. I'm a philosopher and shit and tell you and, but over here, I think I'm gonna show you how Caps and Folk get down and just talk over my routine of working out. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now, when I work out, there's days that I don't even hit any weights. I don't hit weights hardly anymore. But I'll go upstairs, do an hour on the step machine, and just take a shower and leave. But I tell you, when I'm about to leave and I don't do no certain workouts, man, those weights be calling like crack, G. Oh my God, B. So sometimes you gotta have that, you just can't be looking at me like, oh, okay. Nah, I do my treadmill for an hour. I do 4 minutes at a nice pace, and then I speed up like a sprinter. I do a little certain things here and there, but I always do an hour. You ain't doing nothing with 10, 25, 35, 45, 50. Hit 60 without eating anything. If that's your goal, trying to lose some weight. Try to let your body feed off itself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't fill your stomach. Just go in there and don't drink no juice, don't drink nothing, and just go in there and hit it hard for an hour, man. Pace yourself. Do 1 minute fast, 4 minutes slow. Do that for a whole hour. Rinse, repeat. Same thing with the step machine. And you will see good results. But I'll show you how I get down in the future. And I just talk over it so you don't have to see my ugly face. You know what I'm saying? But knocking 2 birds out with 1 stone, beat. I'm trying to figure out a lot of things. And a lot of people's like, and I agree, but I also say, you know what? Crawford, shut the fuck up. You didn't have to say anything about you fighting Canelo and you feel like you can do it, right? In a way, I was like, you know what? But regardless, even if he says something or not, Al Haymon already don't want to do business with Crawford. So it's either because Crawford said this, that Al Haymon did that, but I see a bigger picture with Al Haymon and Canelo and Maurice Suleiman. And maybe Maurice Suleiman is just saying this to save Canelo from fighting Crawford in the future, and saying that he has a mandatory to fight Benavidez after the fight if he beats Jamel, because there's no rematch for Jamel. Okay. So maybe it is, but at the same time, it's like knocking in my mind, I see 2 birds getting knocked out with 1 stone. Because regardless, hey, it's easy. It's easy for Al Haymon to say, I want this all in-house. Canelo is in-house. He has a 3-fight deal. So, and then you have Canelo saying, what has Crawford done, right? He only fought Spence, even though this man is three lineal, like I said, 18 title defenses, I think 19 title defenses now, I think. 2-time undisputed, 3 lineal, blah, blah, blah. But what have you done, right? In the Hall of Fame, right? All this stuff, but what have you done? So that's ducking words to me, so I don't trust Canelo. So in my mind, I'm saying Al Haymon, he's really winning right now. And do I blame him for this move? No, it's a master move to me, right? And in order to survive the fittest and survive the politics, you have to be on top and know how to make these moves. Yes, people say, oh, why Maurice Suleiman didn't do this before when he was fighting Ryder, to put in the petition or put in saying that you have to fight. That Maurice Suleiman saying, why didn't you have to fight and monetize Benavidez? Why this didn't happen now? Why is it happening when Crawford saying that he's going to move up and fight Canelo? Well, either way, regardless what Crawford wants, Right now, it's what Canelo and what Al Haymon wants. And right now, Al Haymon got all the fighters. Okay? It's just like, how would you feel if Crawford have all the belts but not signed to the PBC? Well, I can tell y'all how Al Haymon feel. He doesn't like that. Well, how do you feel when Canelo have all the belts but he's not signed to the PBC? Remember when Canelo had fought Caleb Plant? He gone, dusted off. But then he comes back and decides to fight. They had gave him that opportunity for Jamel Jamal and Spence and so a year ago, I think. He didn't take it. Now he took it for $100 million. Spence lost, fine. But how do you feel if Canelo gets or keeps his belts, right? He beats whoever his 3-fight deal is and he moves on. No, belts have a reason, and I feel like Top Rank, the Zone, PBC, when they have fighters, yes, that's under their umbrella and they have the belts, there's more power, there's more allegedly under the table. I mean, look at it. Like I said, look at it. It's color. It's not color. It's green is the color. Okay? Because you could say, oh, Canelo, Hulko, how come all of a sudden they're doing this Canelo now? Oh, they only doing it because of Crawford. But if you really look at it, green is the race that could make your friends your enemies and your enemies your friends. Money decides certain people and how vulnerable they are to do things that they don't want to do, but they do it anyway, right? Or change them, right? So when I see Canelo, I feel that Canelo didn't like this move. Because like I said, if you had done this before he signed a 3-fight deal that he have to be the mandatory to fight Benavidez, do you think he was going to make that 3-fight deal with PBC and Al Haymon? I'm just saying. All of a sudden, you know, yeah, the timing is off. The timing looked like it's just towards Crawford. It looks that way. It looks that way, but it is that way, right? But at the same time, because look, Canelo stole Jamel from Crawford. Crawford could have fought Jamel to be 3-time undisputed. That didn't happen. And you can't blame Jamel because he's like, Canelo's like Pacquiao, Mayweather, and whoever's an icon. So I don't blame Jamel that he went up to fight Canelo. But the opportunity is gone at 154. Because as we know, at 154, the bell rings. Jamel, I keep forgetting what belt. I think it's the WBO belt he loses. So he's not an undisputed champion no more. Right? So that's that. So he got to fight for these belts up here. And if he loses, he ain't getting no rematch. So at the end of the day, I feel Al Haymon, he's really winning, knocking 2 birds at 1 stone. Canelo, like I said, green is a major part of this situation. I don't care if you black, white, Mexican. I don't care what you are. Because as we can see, 2 Charlos have the opportunity to keep their belts. One had an air injury, Jamel, been out the ring. The other one been out the ring, but they hold their titles. So money is the race that wins, okay? Money. And like I said, money changes everything. Friends from enemies and enemies to friends. That's the way it is. So that's a big problem right there, right? So Al Haymon, to me, he ain't worried about Crawford. And Canelo ain't worried about Crawford either. Okay? And the way I see it, the only way that Crawford could be 3-time undisputed, that he gonna have to, if you say, my brother, Crawford, you got 3 fights in you, then, hey, you might have to go back and fight the winner of Mendoza and Tim Tszyu, right? But if Jamel loses, he goes back down, that man got to see you, man. And I will make sure I will keep looping the video of this nigga calling you out, Jamel. I'll keep making videos of showing you that he called you a bitch ass nigga right in front of your girl, right in front. And if you don't see him, you're ducking him. So when you go down to 154, you got those 3 belts. That's the fight that I'm seeing that Crawford should go for. Remember, Crawford had 1 belt. Spence had 3 belts. Now, If Crawford beats Jamel, he got 3 belts. He got to find the winner of Mendoza and Tim Tszyu. It's just a reverse, vice versa situation, but this is the only way I can see that. Now, if Jamel beats Canelo, hey, we got to wait to Cinco de Mayo. While at Cinco de Mayo, and we waiting for that fight with the rematch, hey, I can see Spence and Crawford getting busy in December. Cool, right? He's still active. Great. He's 36 this month. Fine, right? So I see that. I definitely see that happening. But he still has an opportunity at 154 because Jamel must see Crawford and Crawford must see Jamel. It's already established. It's already ingrained, man. That fight got to happen. Jamel said he got to see him anyway. So if you don't see him, it's a duck. It is a big duck. So we're going to go through the same shit with Spence. Now with Jamel, I don't want to hear no excuses. But when it comes to Canelo, I hear the duck talk. And he don't have to fight. He don't have to fight Crawford. And like I said, it's all in-house. Al Haymon is winning. And guess what? What is Canelo? 33? Still young. Still marketable. Right? Even he has a 3 losses. But guess what? You got the Mexican, Ecuadorian, I think his mother's Dominican. He's just all over the place, but he's marketable. And he's young. So that train you could go longer. That train you could go longer without a lot of wear and tear if he beats Demetrius Andre. So that's knocking out, because I'm telling you, that's why people say, oh, why you ain't do this before when you was fighting right after the Ryder fight or whatever? Why didn't you put the mandatory in Maurice Suleiman? Or you just doing that because of Crawford? Well, yeah, look, that's another part. But the other part is, guess what? If he had done it before, I don't think Charlo would have took that 3-fight deal, because in that 3-fight deal, Canelo chooses. Canelo chooses. That's the way I see it, man. This is my opinion. But now, I even say, all right, you could choose. But guess what? I still got this yellow envelope here that could go under the table. The same envelope that I made the 2 Charlos stay this far to have be champions. You know, I want to keep Charlo, Jamal 160, the champion, just in case you fight Canelo in the future. We could make a storyline. That's one. Jamel, we had him there. Whatever reason, I had him there so long. He's out 16 months. Still got the belt. Blah, blah, blah. Ain't stripped nobody. Now, he boxed him in. He boxed him because Canelo's like, wait a minute. All of a sudden, Maurice Suleiman, he's Mexican like me. I thought he was a brother. Your money is everybody's brother, to tell you the truth. All right? There's only a small amount that say, nah, I ain't doing it for the money. The majority, money is your brother, not the color. The money is your brother. Only that color, right? So if Maurice Suleiman say, yo, you giving me this? All right, well, I'll do that. And we do good work together, Al Haymon. You know, like I was trying to get Thurman and Spence to fight at 154, and he keep his titles at 147. And when interviewers ask me, well, what about the belts at 147? Well, we'll figure that out after the fight. So I see a lot of Maurice and Al Haymon going back to back doing them favors. And I'm just saying, the Mexican monster is marketable. So if they're pushing for that fight, Canelo, I think they knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone. Yes, it was easy to knock out Crawford out the way, right? And that's why I always say, keep those chips, baby. Keep those belts. You got no problem, because somebody got to have to see you. See, we know from past experience that they blackballed you. It was hard to make fights, blah, 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 this and that. I ain't going through all the drama of past history, but we know that once you have belts, somebody got to see you. Somebody going to be pressured to see you. If somebody have 3 belts at 154 and you have all the belts at 147, and you can automatically go up with that 147 WBO belt, somebody got to see you. If you got nothing, nobody don't have to see you. But once you got something, yo, it is what it is, man. But smart move from Al Haymon. Like I said, I don't care about these promotion companies. You know, they do what they do. They lie when it's time to lie. They'll say this and then they'll say that. And they do what to do to promote. It's called promoting. Promotion doesn't have to be the truth. It don't. It don't. So I am happy to see all this because I'm getting educated on this situation. Really, I'm really getting educated on this situation. I don't worry about what the Wakanda say, all this tribalism and shit, and why this and why that. Because why is just a letter with a long tail. We could go on with this fucking why all we want, and I like it. It's very entertainment. But Al Haymon, he could get Benavidez to beat Canelo, push that pressure on him. Now, listen, like I said, Canelo, he to a 3-fight deal. Now it's like, oh, within that 3-fight deal, yes, I could pick and choose, but guess what? I got no choice to choose Benavidez. Now, if this is all a plot just to get away from Crawford, and later on, Maurice Suleiman say, no, well, we'll see that Maurice Suleiman is still on Canelo's side and not worrying about Benavidez. They still think that Canelo's marketable. But like they say, out with the old, in with the new. Out, same thing they did with Loma. Yeah, Loma, they could have, but guess what? It's not his time no more. In with the new. Devin Haney is young. Benavidez is young. Yes, Canelo's still 33, but as we can see, they're not waiting to see how far he's going to go on his downfall, right? Now, like I said, if Canelo loses to Charlo, hey, where's Crawford go from there? I think he should still maintain and focus on 154. 154. Be a 4-time division champion. Be a 4-time division champion. If Undisputed doesn't come, who knows? We don't know. Because once Charlo beats Canelo, the only thing that I can see is that Crawford moves up to fight Jermell Charlo. And, hey, you still got an opportunity. You still got an opportunity in that situation. If Jermell beats him, if he beats him in the rematch at Cinco de Mayo, and that's it. 3 out of 2, 2 out of 3, whatever, it's over with Canelo, right? Al Haymon still win. He still got the belts on his side. You know what I'm saying? Now it's up to Jermell to say, I want you to move up to 168, right? And it's also up to Al Haymon to say, how do I benefit with this fight? Because like I said, Canelo have his 3-fight deal. If he successfully Canelo, he could pick and choose. But now he can't pick and choose. Maurice Suleiman got to be to his word. Cinco de Mayo, I will see Benavidez fighting Canelo. That's what I'm going to see. If Canelo beats Jermell, I would love to see Benavidez fight Canelo. And if Canelo loses to Benavidez, that's it. It is what it is. Then you can feed Benavidez to Jamal. That's at 160, right? And he'll move up to 168. And we have a new marketed person by the name of the Mexican Monster. And he already fit the spot. Okay? Any Mexican that fight, hey, and anybody that's marketable, the perfect dance partner, I don't care if you're black, white, or Spanish or whatever, but if you're the perfect, it's going to work. So PBC going to win. And do I care? Yes. And do I care? No, I really don't. But I'm just saying, I think all these moves is not just to not get Crawford the 3-time undisputed. It's also to knock the Canelo off. Knock Canelo off and put, what you call it, Benavidez in the place when he beats, if he beats Boo Boo Andre. Okay? If Boo Boo Andre beats him, that's another title, that's another video, that's another to make. Okay? To figure that out. But at the end of the day, PBC got all the fighters. 168, they got the undisputed champion Canelo. They got 160 middleweight. They got Jamal. Undisputed at 154, Jermell. And you got Canelo that after he do his 3-fight deal, he's a free agent. He can move along and still have his belts. You think Al Haymon want that? No. Not any promoter want that. They want champions under their umbrella. Same thing with Crawford. You think they want that with a free agent? Well, hell no. I'm telling you, money, the green is the race. That's what we going on in America. They're trying to cut the middle class. It's either you wealthy or you're poor. Interest rates going up. Food, right? Inflation. All at the same time. It's not like in 2008. Everything is hitting you at the same time. So you got to be survival of this fittest. You got to be survival economics. You got to be survival politics. And it is what it is, man. Look, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say. It's what they're not saying. And this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Look at it in a way that, okay, yeah, they're doing it to Crawford. But I will only know if they're doing this to Canelo if Maurice Suleiman sticks to his word and say that, listen, hey, brother, you got to fight Benavidez. You got to fight Benavidez. And if Canelo doesn't like that, well, guess what? You stuck with the PBC with a 3-fight deal. What are you going to do? You're going to void your contract? You're going to be breach of your contract? What you going to do? So I'm getting educated and I'm learning. I'm moving a little bit further out of the box and I'm going to see what happens. So let's see what happens. This is very interesting. Good luck to both brothers, Canelo and Jamel. And this is the thing about it. I really want Jamel to beat Canelo, right? So Crawford could get a chance, right, to fight Jamel. But then if Jamel beats Canelo, we still wasting time. You got Cinco de Mayo. Then you got to do the trilogy if it's a 1-1 fight. Win. You got a trilogy, right? But if Jamel beats Canelo, you will still have time in Cinco de Mayo. After that fight, that's two wins for Jamel. We could still see a Crawford fight, right? And if Jamel loses, he goes back down. He has 3 belts. Crawford still could see him at 154. So in a way, I really want Jamel to win. But it's skills. It's who got the best skills to pay the bills. So yes, you might not like how Terence Crawford works outside the ring. Same thing. I don't like how Canelo works outside the ring. But Canelo's a great fighter. He had good torso movement. He got good punch placement. So would I be mad if Canelo beats Jamel? No. Would I be mad if Jamel beats Canelo? No. But I know it'll give Crawford a better opportunity at 154 because Jamel got to go back down to 154, right? Or if Jamel beats Canelo twice, one in this year and one in Cinco de Mayo, he has a better chance to fight Jamal at 168 and do the impossible. So I'm kind of leaning more to Jamel, but it's also the skills that pay the bills. That's it. Skills that pay the bills. And if Canelo is successful, hey, Canelo, you're successful. You beat Jamel. I know you was going to think about picking Jamal next after that, but it seems like the order is in for you to fight Benavidez, right? So you can't pick the next fight. The order is in, or you're going to lose your belts at 168. So now that's what you're going to have to figure out. And if you do this, if like you did from 168, you move to 175, trying to make like you're doing history, which is fine. You're making it look like that because you already got a loss. You got to find out where you want your next loss so you can still stay on top. Do you want to lose to somebody at 168 or want to 175 wasting time, knowing you got people like Benavidez and Boo Boo Andre that want to fight you? You pick and choose where you want to lose now so you can still stay on top. But right now, your second fight, if you beat Jamel, you can't pick and choose in the contract. Fucking spitting, man. What the fuck? You can't pick and choose. You have to fight the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. So that's all I got to say. So hopefully it will be nice to see Jamel win. I hope he's working on his stamina. You need to be stamina daddy in that ring, brother. Stick and move. Just if I was you, I'd just be training with stamina all day, man. Throwing punches was, listen, it is what it is. To the next video. 1.